Jesus tells us that many will come to him at the judgment and say, Lord, didn't we do all of these good things for you in your name? And he will tell them that he never knew them. This passage has troubled many people for many years, but the key to understanding is found in the other group that he will say are in relationship with him and have displayed their love for him in how they bless others around them. He says that you visited me while I was in prison and you fed me while I was hungry. And they will say, Lord, when did we ever do these things for you? And he explains, whenever you did these good things for the least of humanity, for the weak and the sick and the broken, you did it unto me. Those who were moved by the love of God for themselves and for others to bless and help humanity often didn't even realize that they were helping and blessing Jesus. They were so moved by the relationship they had with him, by his love flowing through them, that they weren't even trying to do good deeds. They weren't trying to merit or earn any kind of favor with God. It was a byproduct of the enjoyment of the relationship that they shared with him. And they are commended by him at the judgment for the good deeds that resulted from belonging to him and receiving his love. What is God saying? It's as if God is saying, in this world, the people who really know me are moved by compassion for my children. They are so moved by the depths of my love for them, themselves, that they cannot help but overflow with this love to even the lowest and weakest people around them. They are the ones who are living under the influence of my Holy Spirit in them. This is not a call to a try-harder gospel of getting out there and doing good deeds in order to try to prove our faith. This is a call to a deeper intimacy with God that results in loving and blessing others as a byproduct. What if our own children, whom we love, were lost out in the world, and as we are calling to them, trying to get them back, they must fight many battles to survive. And after a long journey, they finally make it back to us. The whole family gathers together, and the hugs and the tears and the laughter last long into the night. Afterwards, when all is calm, we sit down together, and our children begin to tell us of their journey. They share stories of many compassionate strangers who reached out to them when they were in need, who encouraged them when they were in despair, who showed them the way back home. How would we feel about those kind strangers who helped our children when we were unable to reach them? How could we ever repay them? That's how God feels. Many of us read a gospel passage like this one and mistakenly conclude that Christianity is all about trying to be good, trying to love God, and trying to love other people. And so many of us set out doing our best to act like Jesus without ever really knowing Jesus, without ever being held by Jesus, without first being personally wrecked by the intensity of his love for each one of us. It turns out that real Christianity is much more like falling in love with the one who has always loved us than it is trying to follow a checklist. Falling in love naturally changes us from the inside out. What we want, how we think, how we act. On the other hand, trying to follow a religious checklist requires a lot of control. There's a funny thing about being in love. No one can be in love and be in control at the same time. The more we pursue the one, the less we have of the other. In our brokenness, fallen humanity became addicted to control and the false sense of security that it offers. We try to control our own lives. We try to control others. We even try to control God. We can't help it. Love breaks in to free us from all of that. It could be said that love is the only cure for the addiction to control. Real Christianity is the experience of being so intimately pursued, so personally wanted by God, that we are finally persuaded to let go of control and let Him hold us right in the midst of all our brokenness as His unconditional love crashes over us, wave after wave, forever changing the way we see God, ourselves, and others.